Hello. Today I'd like to talk about gang stalking and artificial intelligence. Now, I've seen a large number of videos in the targeted individual community that mention artificial intelligence, AI, as if it is something that is running, organizing, and controlling gang stalking perps and the gang stalking phenomena. And I see these videos, but there's never an explanation of exactly how it's working. From what I know about artificial intelligence, well, it's been around for quite a long time. Since the 60s it's been in development, but it's always been in kind of the fringes of computer science. But now it's really developing, and basically computer science experts that are on the forefront of artificial intelligence admit they're not always sure how the artificial intelligence programs derive their conclusions on a certain problem, and so they can't always explain how it works. And to some people that's a problem, and to some people it's not, because some of the artificial intelligence is very creative and it's very powerful, and it's nothing but potential. And I think, as many people think, that's mostly all good. And that being said, in these targeted individual videos, artificial intelligence is always a culprit. And even though it's still in the early stages of development, as far as its complexity, artificial intelligence is poo-pooed and by targeted individual videos. And even though there's no evidence of any artificial intelligence involvement, there's not even a vague idea of how AI could be organizing or affecting gang stalking. It's still decried, and that tells us really it gives us another clue to who's behind gang stalking, because what all these gang stalking videos do is they always point in a certain direction on certain issues. And the gang stalking videos mostly believe the government and the police and are all behind gang stalking, and everyone is involved in it except the Jews and the Jewish crime network. And there's no such thing as natural telepathy. They don't want you to think that. They want you to think it's all high tech and radio frequency and remote neural monitoring and synthetic telepathy. And they always want you to think something other than what it is. You're always led in a different direction, always, in these videos. And that tells you right there, well, why do they want you to think artificial intelligence is bad? Why do they always want you to demonize it in one way or another? Well, basically, as artificial intelligence becomes more sophisticated and it's used more often, eventually what would happen is that people and organizations that have the ability to data mine would eventually be able to use artificial intelligence to do a thorough monitoring and data mining of individuals, their social networking, their emails if they have access, their phone calls, and different locations they've been, whether it be in some police record or a ticket or whatever. And they could put all these two and twos, 2 and 2 makes 4. When you have a lot of different amounts and you add them all together, like a high-powered computer with artificial intelligence algorithm, they could, using data mining, figure out exactly who is in the Jewish crime network that's so secretive and so stealthy, and no one's able to put their finger on, at least up till now. And artificial intelligence has the potential and the ability to put their finger on the Jewish crime network in a way that us mortal humans find so difficult, because we're so limited in our access, our capabilities, and our influence. Why, if you have an artificial intelligence machine that's given full exposure to data mining, phone calls and personal records, etc., government records and everything else, they could put their finger on the Jewish crime network, and that would mean the gang stalkers. Therefore, by extrapolation, what we have is artificial intelligence has the ability and the potential to eventually remove gang stalking, because if you remove the Jewish crime network, you're going to remove gang stalking, okay? And artificial intelligence has the promise to help us remove that Jewish crime network, and therefore the gang stalking would basically stop, because there'd be no one there anymore to organize it, run it, and fund it, and everything else. So basically, AI could really help the targeted individuals, not hurt them. But you're not going to hear them, the gang stalkers, talk about that. You're just going to hear them talk about how AI is causing gang stalking, which is ridiculous. But all these videos are ridiculous mostly. It's when you understand what's going on, it's all ridiculous. But again, the gang stalkers are taking advantage of your ignorance. If you don't understand their telepathy, you're going to be completely vulnerable to them. And they've been using telepathy for thousands of years, and they're not going to stop now until they're forced to stop. And artificial intelligence is one way that the Jewish crime network can be forced to stop using telepathy to manipulate people, blackmail them, and all those things they do behind closed doors to people. So anyway, I want to run by that to kind of give another side of the story that the targeted individual community is not hearing. Thank you.